Now at 6, the Kansas Board of Regents announces Pitt State's new president. Plus, how potential new abortion laws in Oklahoma are impacting abortion providers in Kansas. And
a national plastic pot shortage is impacting nurseries here in Joplin. I'm Kate Kelly with the details coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A local nonprofit charity is ordered to pay more than $8 million in a bribery and embezzlement case. This is KOAM News at 6. Preferred Family Healthcare serves patients in the 4-state area. Missouri attorneys say elected officials in Arkansas accepted bribes from employees and executives of Preferred Family Healthcare. In exchange, politicians would provide favorable legislative and official action for the charity. That included directing funds. Several people have pleaded guilty in the case, while others await trial in October. Prosecutors say the nonprofit's board, through lack of proper oversight, is also responsible. You can learn more about this case on our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Already chilly out there and the temperature is dropping. Doug Heddy.
Yeah, it was a pretty chilly day for us today. A lot of clouds throughout the day, but we've seen a little bit of sun popping out over the past couple hours. You can see the back edge of the clouds right along the state line of Kansas and Missouri continuing to roll off toward the east. But this system finally, it's been kind of playing havoc with us for several days, finally heading out of here. So we look pretty good as we go into the next 2 days. 40s in our eastern counties, upper 50s in our western counties where you have seen more sun. Now, it is still windy. We have those northwesterly winds at about 10 to 20, and then gusts have been a little bit higher than that. The winds are going to diminish a bit as we go through the overnight hours tonight and then into Saturday. All right, through the evening hours, we slide back through the 40s and into the 30s. We are going to have a hard frost or heavy frost, hard freeze, upper 20s to near 30 degrees. Of course, we'll look into the weekend here in just a bit.
See you then. Pitt State has a new university president. The Kansas Board of Regents today met in Pittsburgh and they voted Dr. Daniel Shipp as the school's 10th president. Dr. Shipp is currently serving as the Vice Chancellor for Strategic Initiatives at the University of Nebraska Medical Center. Board members say Shipp has a proven track record of developing and implementing successful enrollment initiatives. Shipp says coming to PSU was an easy choice.
The high academic standards of Pittsburgh, I think it stands out to you when you read the news feed of all the things that students are doing and faculty that are doing here. I mean, it really blows you away. So it wasn't a tough sell at all. I mean, it was like, oh my gosh, how quick could we get there?
The current Pitt State president, Dr. Steve Scott, will officially retire in June. Labette Community College in Parsons is making some changes to how it schedules classes. Now, right now, classes are offered Monday through Friday and sometimes have odd start times like 7:55 or 9:35. For the upcoming semester, classes will be offered Monday through Thursday and start at the top or bottom of the hour. Officials with the college say that change is the result of student feedback on how to improve their college experience.
We really do feel that this is going to help recruit and retain our students, and that's our ultimate goal, is to see our students through completion, and that's really our greatest reward.
Tonight at 10, we're going to hear more on the change and from a student on how it's going to help her balance personal life and class life. Several bills aiming to restrict access to abortion are making their way through Oklahoma's legislature. One would make performing an abortion a felony, punishable by a fine of up to $100,000 or 10 years in prison. Another would ban abortions once a fetal heartbeat is detected. Neither are officially law yet, but abortion providers in Kansas are already getting calls from patients in Oklahoma. Reporter Grant DeMars has more.
While Kansas may have its fair share of abortion restrictions, for women in states like Missouri, Arkansas, Texas, and Oklahoma, it's one of their only options to terminate a pregnancy. After Texas implemented its 6-week abortion ban last fall, women there began driving to clinics in Oklahoma City and Wichita like Trust Women. Women from Oklahoma who couldn't get appointments there because of the increased demand also came to Kansas.
That bill went into effect September 1 of last year. The day before August 31st, our phones started ringing, and they have not stopped since.
Before that, in the first months of the COVID-19 pandemic, both Texas and Oklahoma put temporary bans in place on abortion, saying they were elective procedures. The skyrocketing number of women seeking care at Trust Women here in Wichita after that could just be a glimpse into what will happen if Oklahoma's new legislation takes effect.
In Oklahoma City, that means we're seeing around 60% patients from Texas. In Wichita, what we've begun seeing in the past couple months is more patients from Oklahoma who are having to leave their own communities because it's more difficult to get appointments due to the influx of Texas patients.
Already, Kansas clinics are overwhelmed.
We're looking at 2, 3, 4 weeks out in order to get an appointment.
With time being a key factor in safely and legally terminating a pregnancy, a few weeks could be the difference between taking a pill or having a surgical abortion or even being able to get one at all.
Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt has said he will sign any abortion legislation that comes across his desk. More than a dozen people are hurt after an early morning fire at a Kansas City apartment building. 9 of the injured are children. Firefighters say everyone who lived on the ground floor of the building was able to get out, but those on the second floor, they had to be rescued because the fire destroyed the stairs. The Bomb and Arson Division of the Kansas City Police Department is investigating the cause of that fire. Missouri's GOP-led House approved a roughly $46 billion state budget for the upcoming year, bulked up by federal pandemic-related aid. The bill now goes to the Republican-led Senate. Legislators are responsible for finding ways to spend the billions of dollars in extra federal funding states received in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. House Democrats say Republicans are being too stingy with the federal aid, while some Republicans are worried about spending too much too quickly. Coming up, how some local greenhouses are adapting to a shortage of plastic pots for plants. Plus, a local nonprofit hosts a spoonbill fishing event for area veterans. Toilet paper, lumber, and plastic, all items we've seen in short supply thanks to the pandemic. While some items are slowly getting back to normal production, others are still putting a strain on small businesses. KOAM's Kate Kelly explains how some Joplin greenhouses are adapting.
Plastic doesn't grow on trees, but Gail Navarro can't sell her trees without plastic pots to put them in. And unfortunately, plastic is hard to come by.
There's a shortage globally, especially of the petroleum products. Pots, that's a petroleum product, and so it's worldwide.
Out of the 15,000 plastic pots Navarro ordered, only about 2% have come in. To help, customers are encouraged to bring back their plastic pots so they can be rinsed and reused for a 5-cent credit on future purchases. It's something they've always done to be eco-friendly, but it also helps keep prices reasonable during this challenging time for small nurseries and greenhouses.
This year, you will find that our plants are grown in a variety of sizes of pots because we're putting them in whatever we can find. That doesn't reflect too much of a change in prices because they're a different size, the shape, it's basically the same plant.
Ozark Nursery isn't the only place paying more for plastic. Over at the Joplin Greenhouse, in the coffee shop, cups and straws are also costing more.
There was at one point, that we were searching for just whatever we could find, and we were getting different colors of cups. They weren't the standard, we used to kind of just follow the standard of cups, and we couldn't do that. And straws were hard to find.
It's getting better, but it's still a burden for the Joplin Greenhouse. The cost for plastic products in the coffee shop has nearly tripled. When it comes to plastic containers, the yearly bill has jumped from about $80,000 to $170,000. With customer support, though, both of these businesses plan on supplying plants for a long time to come.
We'll get through it. I've gotten a lot of things already finally got here after I had to find alternative ways to do it. So I'm getting stocked up for next year.
In Joplin, Kate Kelly, KOAM News.
Now, different greenhouses can use different types of pots, and they can only accept their own containers. That means plastic pots from other suppliers can't be taken. A local nonprofit is giving veterans a chance to do some fishing. Charlie 22 Outdoors is hosting Operation Spoonbill. It's an all-expenses-paid event for veterans to fish for spoonbills at Twin Bridges State Park in Ottawa County, Oklahoma. Charlie 22 will provide guides and boats to make sure the veterans have a good time out on the water.
The camaraderie, finding out about these organizations that support veterans or disabled veterans or current service members has really been inspiring for me to know that there are people out there that support the military and support what we do.
You know, spoonbills can weigh up to 100 pounds, even more. The event will run through the weekend. A little bit later, Pitt State hosts a track meet for area high school athletes.
Plus, it looks like a freeze for us tonight. Also, thunderstorms in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be kind of a crummy Friday, but things are looking up for us over the next couple days. We do got to get through a freeze tonight, so that means, because we are in spring, if you've planted flowers or have any flowers outside that can't take a freeze, cover them up or bring them in. But the weekend looks pretty good. We do have a threat for thunderstorms moving in Sunday evening, Sunday night. Of course, you can get my long-range forecast on my month-long blog. That is KOAMnewsnow.com. Nice live shot. This is Lander Chevrolet Tower Cam. We are looking southeast from the southeast side of the city. Looks pretty good. Very windy once again. We have those northerly winds kicking in. We've had gusts today at times in that kind of 25 to 30 mile per hour range. So it's been windy for several days, but it's not as bad as what we had over the past couple days, and the winds will slowly start to diminish as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Nice shot. 7th and range line, clouds are breaking up. It's turning out to be a cool spring evening. 51, humidity is low, 39% through the evening hours. Slide back through the 40s into the 30s, but again, we're going to have a pretty good freeze, upper 20s to about 30 for an overnight low for us tonight. You can see the thicker clouds on the Missouri side, really the back edge of all the clouds kind of along the state line of Kansas and Missouri, and then it clears out in Kansas, also northeastern parts of Oklahoma. This whole storm system, we've been dealing with it for a couple days, heading out of here. Here's our weather for tomorrow and most of Sunday. Then this storm system will start to roll in late Sunday. That's the one that's going to give us showers and thunderstorms late Sunday, Sunday night, then heading into Monday. Let's go through time. Clear skies tonight, but about 30 for an overnight low, so a pretty good freeze. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow. Tomorrow looks good. We warm into the 60s during the afternoon. 30 to start, 61 by noon. High temp at 67. Southerly winds at about 5 to 10. Tomorrow night, pretty much clear skies. We are going to start to get some clouds in here by Sunday morning. A lot of mid, upper level clouds on Sunday, but it's really going to warm up. Mid to upper 70s. We'll push 80 in our western counties, Chanute, Parsons, Yates Center, Fredonia. Those areas will hit 80 on Sunday. Sunday evening, here comes scattered thunderstorms. These will most likely be strong to severe. It looks like the greater threat with these storms are going to be large hail and some gusty winds. Tornado threats a little bit lower, but something we want to watch. And then scattered thunderstorms. Sunday night, heavy amounts of rain, periods of thunderstorms into Monday morning. And then it just looks like showers and thunderstorms for us on Monday. It looks like the severe threat will press to our south Monday afternoon, but then it returns by late in the day on Tuesday as our next wave rolls out. So showers, thunderstorms will most likely get a big band sometime Tuesday night and then into Wednesday, and those will most likely be strong to severe as well. All right, 67 tomorrow, 76 on Sunday, 70 on Monday. Thunderstorms again late Tuesday into Wednesday, back to 80. Thunderstorm threat, severe threat back in late Friday into Saturday of next weekend. So it gets real active over the next week or so.
Yeah, a lot of severe threats. I know you and the weather team will stay on top of it.
We will.
Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, the Missouri Southern baseball team hits the field against one of the best teams in the country. And Pitt State hosts nearly 1,000 high school athletes for the 33rd annual Jocks Niche Guerrilla Relays. Jacob Leonard has that and more up next.
The Missouri Southern Lions have put together a 5-game winning streak. They're now 13-7 in the MIAA and 23-12 overall. Well, tonight the Lions try to stay rolling, facing one of the best teams in the country in Central Missouri. The Mules are 19-1 in the conference and ranked 4th in the nation. This one is over. Jordan Fitzpatrick hits a grand slam. Cole Robinson also goes deep for Southern, but it's all Central Missouri 21-6. Pittsburg State baseball also in action tonight at home for the series opener against Rogers State. And tonight's game 9 of an 11-game homestand for the Gorillas. It's just getting started. Pitt State trails 1-0 in the bottom of the first. We're going to have highlights from this one right here tonight at 10. Tonight is championship night at the Bill O'Dell Baseball Tournament in Carthage. Now, the hometown Tigers have a chance to win it, facing Carl Junction in a battle of two COC rivals. Now, both of these teams went 3-0 in pool play this week to get to the championship game. First pitch will be at 7 o'clock in Carthage. We'll also have highlights from this one tonight at 10. Well, St. Mary's Colgan boys basketball coach Wayne Sheehan announced on Thursday he's stepping down from his coaching positions with the school. Sheehan is one of the most decorated coaches in Kansas high school history. In his 39 years leading the Panthers boys basketball program, Sheehan's teams won 655 games and 5 state championships. Now, this season, the Panthers won their 26th sub-state championship under Sheehan, earned their spot at the state tournament in Manhattan. Now, we talked to Coach today, and here he is on his decision to step away after nearly 40 years on the sideline for the Panthers.
39 years went by real fast, especially the last 20 when we were having a lot of success throughout the season this year. The night activities, the games, the late practices, that was what was really starting to wear on me. Just the late nights and not being able to, have energy like I usually have. And so I felt like that was the time.
Pittsburg State Track and Field will be at home tomorrow for the first time this outdoor season, competing in the David Sunram Classic. Today, though, the school is hosting the 33rd annual Jock Snitch Gorilla Relays at Carney Smith Stadium. Now, this one is a high school meet, and it's a big one. They have just under 1,000 competitors in the field today. In early long jump action, Joplin's Donovan Fowler, no surprise here, he wins it with a mark of 23 feet, 7.5 inches. On the girls' side, Carl Junction's Olivia Vidiz takes second today in long jump with a jump of 16 feet, 9 inches. We put a link to the live results in this story on the sports page at koamnewsnow.com. That's it for sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Melvin Miller served in the U.S. Navy from 1943 to 1946. Pittsburgh native was stationed in the South Pacific, and we salute aviation machinist mate Melvin Miller, a 4-state hero. Of course, you can learn about lots of other heroes from all across this area, more than likely a number of them from your own hometown. You can also submit a hero of your own anytime, and it's very simple. You just click on the link on our website. You know what that is, koamnewsnow.com. It's gonna get cold overnight.
It is going to get cold. We're gonna drop back right around 30 degrees. So we are gonna have a freeze. We are gonna have a frost, but a very nice Saturday, not too windy, 67. 76 on Sunday, but thunderstorms by the evening hours. Now, some of those could be strong to severe, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that.
And final sports notes.
Well, it's spring football time. Missouri Southern spring football game will be at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon in Joplin, and Pittsburgh State's is 1 week from tonight. They'll do it Friday evening, next Friday at Pittsburgh.
Loving it. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.